All right, welcome everybody. We are just getting things set up here with our Hanover Hydra taking on the Canada Hydra in this round 7 playoff match. This is the first round of the playoffs. If we win, we continue on. If not, we go to the consolation bracket. If we win, we may play as many as 2 or 3 matches next week as we kind of filter through the playoffs. So hoping to get things kicked off with a strong victory here against what's surely going to be a tough team in the Hydra from Canada. So stick with us. We're still waiting on one player to show up. Canada need to start a little bit late too. So we might get started not till 10 or 15 after. But we'll get into this thing. It's escort missions. It's Rialto, Route 66, and Gibraltar today. So should be a lot of fun. Boys are ready to go. So we'll be back here shortly with some gameplay. Stick with us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked right now. Dad, all right, push up with me, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills. You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does? So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Fruit Siva.
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Nice. Go, group in now, push in. We don't have to.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are just getting ready to kick this thing off. We've got all the players from Canada on. We're just waiting on their caster to join back up, and we will get this thing started. So we do have one player that's still en route, but he's only like a minute out, so we'll have him jump in hopefully before the match starts. But even if it does, we'd rather run players than bots at this point. This is, as I said earlier, this is round 7, so this is the first week of the playoffs. It's a really big bracket, so we'll have at least 2 matches next week and potentially 3 if we win. So we will hopefully get this thing doing. Looks like we got their caster back in, so I think we are ready. Let me just see the call if they're ready, and we'll get this thing kicked off here in just a second. And hopefully a good match. Or again, these are escort matches, and should be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get this started. Welcome to Rialto. So this is an escort map. This means that the payload is right in front of where your spawn point's at. You jump on the payload, you got to push it to 3 points, and then you try to defend the other team from pushing the 3 points. So the map starts right down in this direction right here. So here you see the spawn point of the team as well as the payload. They're going to try to push it along this route. Coming through under this gate. This is the first point you see here. Coming up over the bridge, you go through this sharp little S-turn here. Really hard to get through in order to get to the second point. And then the third point will be all the way down here below this statue. So this is right at the spawn point of the defending team. So really hard getting that last push, and as well as getting through this S-turn area here. So that was a concentration of practice this week. Was to try to work through some of that. So the blue team is the Horde. They are on defense first. I'm sorry, the Hydra. They're on defense. They'll be running PC2. Dr. Goon will be running a Genji. Twitch will be running the Sigma. Barebow Fragons will be running the Lucio. Diva will be run by Melomaniac. LAX is running a Junkrat. And Big Huge Daddy is running an Ana. That's actually Archangel. And for the opposing team, they're running a Diva, a Soldier 76, an Ana, a Farah, a Rissa, and a Mercy. So you can see they got that Farah Mercy combo got in behind us. So really good technique. We were really trying to hold that corner, but that's really throwing off the Horde defense here. They do get the pick on Big Huge Daddy playing that Ana, letting them push that first corner. But they held their ground. LAX gets a nice elimination of the Soldier 76. But the Farah gets an elimination following that. They're moving in here towards the first point. That Farah Mercy, something they're going to have to deal with here. So see if they can counter that Farah Mercy as the Hanover Hydra, or the Canada Hydra, push to the first point here and get that first point pretty quickly. All right, moving on to the second point here as the Hanover Hydra regroup here. Again, something with this comp was how to deal with those hit scan type characters or the flying type characters. Now they have Barebow Fragons back, does get the elimination on the Ana, knocking them off the bridge there. So, but the payload is continuing to push here. And here comes the Hydra pushing in strong there. Got a boop on the Diva. Genji, played by Dark Dragoon, gets a nice elimination on the Sigma and Orisa, and drives them off the payload. So good rally there by the Hanover Hydra, with the Canada Hydra pushing really quickly that first point. But way to rally and get back and get to that payload for the Hanover Hydra. Farah does get elimination on the Diva there. So setting up for this S-turn hold here. This is, again, one of the harder little gauntlets to try to get through. Farah does have an ultimate, unleashes that, takes out the Lucio, Sigma, and the Genji of the Hanover Hydra. That's going to allow him to push. The Hanover Hydra does have a couple ultimates ready or getting ready to be ready, including that Junkrat tire. We know how devastating LAX's Junkrat tire can be. See if he decides to unleash it here. Trading eliminations on both sides at this point as they put close to the second point. See if they can stop this payload here. Salvage some ground. Somebody's got to stop that payload there. They've kind of ignored the payload, fighting separate fights here and allowing them to push that second point. So they need to concentrate on that payload. That's one thing we talked to them about earlier, was fighting behind the payload. All that does is benefit the opposing team. But they're doing a good job here. Genji, played by Dark Dragoon, gets a nice elimination. A big, huge daddy takes out the... sorry, that's actually Archangel playing as Big Huge Daddy. Takes out the Mercy of the opposing team. Without both their supports, they're going to have to retreat. So good hold there. Even though they got the second point, they're in a good spot to hold. Junkrat LAX gets a couple nice eliminations, chase them back. So that's going to send most of them back to spawn, which is just right here. This is a pretty close to the spawn point. Here comes a Diva Bomb. Let's see if they can escape. Fortunately, it's going to get the Lucio, Sigma, and Genji of the Hydra. But they're still looking to hold this payload strong. They do have a good complement of ultimates at this point. Let's see if they decide to use them here or hold them. Diva, Melomaniac with Junkrat manages to take the Orisa out, but our mech is going to be defeated just that quickly as well as their payload push continues. Pharah ultimate unleashed again. That time doesn't find anybody home, so this could be an opportunity for the ultimates for the Hydra to come out. They are stacked with ultimates. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. So the Canada Hydra still have a lot of time on the clock. Might be a good time for the Hanover Hydra to take some of them out. So they need to do something here quickly. I'm not sure what they're saving their ultimates for. There's the beat. Sigma unleashes his ultimate. Does take out the Soldier 76, so they are able to chase him back. Genji unleashes his ultimate. That junk tire, so they used a bunch of ultimates. Not sure they need to use them all, but they did push that payload really close, so it did get to be emergency mode. All right, so Hanover's rallying up here, seeing if they can hold for this last 2 minutes and 53 seconds. They do have the Diva Bomb. Again, I think week in and week out, our Hydra team starts a little slow each week and kind of gains momentum as the matches go on. So we'll see if we see that here today. Here you can see their Orisa pushing here around the corner. Here comes the Diva Bomb going off. Let's see if it finds anybody home. Nobody home, but it does chase them off. See if the rest of the team can kind of respond and rally. We do get a couple nice elimination. LAX gets an elimination. Their Mercy, they're setting a Diva Bomb off. Everybody does manage to escape their Diva Bomb, so no effect on either of the Diva Bombs for both Hydra teams. Here comes another Pharah ultimate, though. Does manage to take out LAX KJB's Junkrat, but not too much damage, and the Hanover Hydra is holding strong. See if they can counter this Pharah Mercy combo. They do. Good job by Dark Dragoon there to take out that Pharah. Looked like it was getting ready to do some major damage. Twitch gets sleep there, but he's back up before too much damage gets done. So 1 minute, 34 seconds. It would be a great stop here if they're able to hold this, but still plenty of time on the clock. You can see some ultimates building up. They do have the Orisa ultimate on the Canada Hydra, but the Hanover Hydra got a nice complement of ultimates on this nice defensive hold here. So see if they decide to employ some of these. 1 minute, 14 seconds left on the clock. Get a couple nice eliminations there. Barebo Fraggins takes out the Pharah and the Mercy. Twitch takes out the Ana, the opposing team. So just 57 seconds left. They do have a Soldier 76, so we know how devastating that ultimate can be. Let's hope they're prepared for that, because if that's deployed smartly, that can be extremely devastating. But then at the same time, the Hanover Hydra have 1, 2, 3 ultimates, including that Junkrat Tire, Lucio's beat, and Sigma's ultimate. So there's the beat. That should help them defensively. Just 26 seconds left. Sigma unleashes his ultimate. Not to too much effect there, but still holding Melomaniac's Diva gets taken off. Here comes the Junkrat Tire in. Let's see where that goes off at. Does manage to get the Soldier 76 and the Baptiste. Devastating Junkrat Tire at the end. Dark Dragoon gets elimination on their Diva. Archangel gets elimination on their Mei. They are chasing them back, and they hold to just 2 points for the Canada Hydra. So the Hanover Hydra was pushing really strong. Tons of time on the clock, but the Hanover Hydra really rallied, did a good job kind of conserving their ultimates, used them at the end when they had to hold that payload and keep them from getting all 3 points. So here you see where the payload is. Here in just a few seconds, that's going to disappear and kind of show how far that the Hanover Hydra are going to have to push. Let's see if they come out with the same comp here as the used in the first round. Let's see how far they have to push. All right, so the Hanover Hydra are going to be pushing the payload this time. And the Canada Hydra are going to be defending the payload. So it looks like from the Canada Hydra, from a defense perspective, they're going to be running a Sigma, a Bastion, a Baptiste, a Torb, a Rissa, and a Mercy. So heavy defense, that big gun of the Bastion, the Torb turrets that they could put out. Baptiste and Mercy, really heavy defense, kind of defensive-minded mindset. So we'll see if the Hanover Hydra can compensate and deal with that. You can see they're shielding up here with the Orisa, with the Sigma, double shield, and that Bastion. Let's see if the how the Hanover Hydra responds. Using that payload as natural cover, really smart move. Don't expose yourself. Close the ground. That's exactly what you want to do. And somebody's got to get up there and get that Bastion. So there they go. They're sending Melomaniac in there to target that Bastion directly. He's going to be demech'd, but the payload is continuing to push. They do get a couple nice eliminations, including that Bastion. Baby Diva, Melomaniac ends up taking out that Bastion, and they push past that first defense. Great job. You can't ask for much more than that first push there. Really well done. Now they're going to set up here on the high ground on the opposing side. Again, you got to close the ground with that Bastion. Looks like they got the LAX back there, but somebody got to get up there and really take him on. To keep him from doing too much of a good deflects there by Genji, played by Archangel, to take out that Bastion. Mercy's going to bring Bastion right back and back into the fight, but we're going to chase him down and take him out. So good job for the Hanover Hydra. They were set up really defensively, bunkered down with a double shield and that Bastion up top, but they did exactly what they needed to do. Close the distance and continue the push. Close the distance, Bastion, take him out since he's such an anchor hinge point to that defense. Now you can see they've switched away from that Bastion. They're no longer running him. So they've switched, looks like they switched over to using Mei. That Mei wall can help block the payload by time. Again, Hydra done a good job using the payload as natural cover. Lucio gets a nice elimination on the Orisa. Twitch gets a nice elimination on the opposing Sigma. And the push is continued. So good job to the Hanover Hydra keeping this thing going. This is a difficult Serpentine kind of push coming up, with Baptiste getting a couple eliminations on Barebow Fragan and Archangel's Lucio and Sigma. Sigma gets a nice elimination on the Mei, but the Hanover Hydra are going to have to retreat a little bit here and wait for the rest of the team to get up here, in which they do. Nice boop there. Take out the Lucio from the opposing team. You can see they're bunkered down. They've actually run in a Reinhardt now. So this is a second major comp shift that we've seen from the the Hydra, the Canada Hydra. So we'll see how this plays out. They do take out that Reinhardt. Again, critical piece to their defense. You take out those critical pieces. That's one thing we always talk about is targeting certain players and characters, heroes from the opposing team in order to keep the payload moving. And the Hanover Hydra is doing a really good job identifying who that is, closing the distance. Here comes a fire strike coming in from their Reinhardt, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to stop us from getting a second point. So second point's achieved. 4 minutes, 56 seconds left on the clock. A lot of time. Beats been unleashed for the Hydra here, so that should help them here kind of withstand that flurry of defense coming from the Canada Hydra and continue the push. Lots of fights kind of taking place all over the place. Their Soldier 76 does take out our Diva, but Twitch and Barebow Fragons get a couple nice eliminations on the Reinhardt and the May of the opposing team. And the push continues. So really good job here by this Hanover Hydra team, keeping the Canada Hydra on their toes. Exactly what they need to do, keep this thing rolling. Also got a decent amount of ultimates here. You can see they unleashed the Dark Dragoon, unleashed his ultimate. Does manage to take out the Reinhardt of the opposing team. Junkrat takes out the Lucio. Got a Diva, Melomaniacs Diva on Diva battle coming up here. They do manage to demech that Diva. And the push continues. Here's where they need to unleash some ultimates. Let's see what they have in their bag. Let's see what they decide to set off. They got a Diva Bomb coming up, but they don't need it. They get past that second push point, and they win the first map. Great play by our Hanover Hydra team. Really good, solid play there. Here's the play of the game. This is a Diva from the opposing team, from the Canada Hydra. You see it coming in. They have their ultimate there. He's going to position himself, demech himself to send that Diva Bomb off. It's going to go off 1, 2, 3 eliminations. But great match. Great first round by our Hanover Hydra. Let's go ahead and credit them in this first round of the playoffs. And we will move on to our next map, which is Route 66 here in just a minute. Stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Just waiting, getting word from the other team that they're ready to go, and we will drop into Route 66. Hopefully, should just be another minute or so here. We got a couple more matches stacked right after this. At 5 o'clock, we've got our Hanover Heroes taking on the Madison Marvels, and then at 6 o'clock, we have our Hanover Horde taking on the Claws from Columbia, Maryland. So a little Mason-Dixon battle going on with our friends from Maryland. So should be a lot of fun. Stick with us all day for more esports action. We've got a great match before you today with the Hanover Hydra, abbreviated Han Hydra, versus the Can Hydra, our friends from Canada. So we should be able to hopefully get this thing rocking soon. Hanover took the first one. It was a well-fought match by Canada. They came out strong with their push. It took a little while for Hanover to respond, but once they did, they locked that payload down and didn't let it move any further. And when it came time to push, they pushed. They did exactly what they needed to do: close the distance from the primary threat and continue the payload pushing. So it's nice to see when the what's being practiced is played out in the actual matches. All right, so still just waiting to hear back from them that they're ready. So hopefully just another minute or so and we'll get this thing going. I'll be right back after this message.
Dude, I got all the kills that first round.
I've got the mercy. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it.
I don't have any.
Guys, group up on the point. I need heals. I need heals. Group up on the point.
Alright, nice job, guys. They've only got 6 seconds.
As long as I can.
They have no 6.
Nice! Go, let's go! Is that us?
Nice.
We got it.
Good game.
Good.
All right, here we go, everybody. Welcome to Route 66. This is one of, I think, the cooler looking maps out there. I don't know if it's everybody's favorite map to play, but it's always one of my favorite to watch, at least, because there's so many kind of cool elements to it. You got this like crashed cargo train there. You got this gas station here, which are both kind of pivotal defense or offensive hideouts. You got a lot of little routes to bypass, a lot of high ground like perches to stand on. So a lot of complexity to how you can play this map. Again, our Hanover Hydra Silver team is made up of Dark Dragoon, Archangel, Twitch, LEX KGB 71, Melomaniac 61, and Barebo Fragrance. For comp, it looks like the Hanover Hydra is going to be running a Genji for Dark Dragoon. Twitch is going to be playing Sigma, Barebo Fragrance on Lucio, Melomaniac on Diva, LEX KGB on Junkrat, and Archangel playing Ana. It's going to be the defense of Canada Hydra playing a Diva, a McCree, a Baptiste, a May, Reinhardt, and a Lucio. So let's see how the Hanover Hydra come out. Looks like they're going to be playing right on the payload. Interesting to play up that far, but we'll see how that pays out. Looks like they are backing off a little bit smartly, playing more of the high ground defense, which is more of the traditional defense, because you don't want to give up too many early round eliminations and let the team push the payload. You want to maintain that high ground or that corner as long as you can. So trading a lot of fires. They're going to let the Hanover Hydra push the payload just a little bit, I'm sure, as the little battles take place here. You can see LEX gets a nice elimination on that Baptiste, playing high on that perch. Everybody else is low ground. LEX can rain down fires from behind now, moving in behind them. Kind of gets called a little bit out of position, though, and McCree's going to take him out. But Genji, played by Dark Dragoon, managed to take out the Reinhardt of that opposing team. Critical elimination there, so nice job with that. They're going to demech the Diva. Canada Hydra is quick to get back on defense, but they are down their Hydra at this point. Down their Reinhardt, I should say. So kind of trading fires. You can see that Maywall gets in there, makes it tough. That McCree's been putting out some damage, making it difficult on this Hanover team. Taking out the couple critical eliminations for that McCree. Diva does manage to take out the May from the opposing team. They do have the Arissa, or they do have that Baptiste ultimate. Here comes the Junkrat tire. Does manage to take out the Reinhardt and the Baptiste of the opposing team, but the McCree takes out LEX just after he unleashes that Junkrat tire. But those couple of eliminations should allow the Hanover Hydra to continue this push and start making some progress towards the first point. So early use of that Junkrat tire, but probably necessary since they were kind of stalled around that turn early in this match. All right, so they should be able to make it back before they get to this first door here, which they do. So they're moving forward behind that Reinhardt. That Maywall comes in here. But they managed to push through it. Nice elimination by LAX to take out the Lucio, the opposing team. Diva's going to push in here strong. Twitch gets an elimination on the Reinhardt. Hanover's done a really good job. LAX gets a couple nice eliminations there. May unleashes her ultimate. Does do a little bit of freeze. But at that point, the fight was pretty much over. And they're going to be able to push to the first point here. So good push here by the Hanover Hydra coming right through the door. They've got that Diva right there, going some nice deflects by Dark Dragoon, and that's going to allow them to push here onto the other side of the wall. All right, so the Hanover Hydra's making some nice ground here, making a nice push on this Route 66, the second map. If you're just joining us, the Hanover Hydra won the first one. Tough fault match in Rialto, but making really nice moves here. Melomaniac taking out the Baptiste and the Reinhardt, the opposing team. So good job there. And you can see the Hanover Hydra have all their ultimates at this point. Talk about some nice ult economy there. They are ready for a big fight or a big push. So let's see how they use those. Let's see if they use some alt combos. Something that they did good a few weeks ago. Been having trouble getting those alt combos back together since the Christmas break, but it's been a big focus of practice. So they've been doing a lot of the other stuff we talked to practice. So we'll see how they, if they're able to employ that. And there they go, get to a second point. Here comes the opposing team charging in there, though. Diva Bomb does go off, does take out LAX KGB, but not too bad. Here comes the Diva Bomb for the Horde. Looks like it's in a good position. Does manage to take out the Lucio. They also take out the Reinhardt. The Barebow Fraggins takes out the Baptiste of the opposing team. So some damage done, but the Hanover Hydra are continuing their push. Twitch gets a nice elimination on that McCree, who's really been a pest to this Hanover Hydra team. Again, Hanover Hydra versus Canada Hydra team. Nice deflex again there by Dark Dragoon. Good healing by Archangel back there playing that Ana. So really good team play here so far. And they still have 3 ultimates in their bag. They've got a Genji ultimate. They've got Twitch has his, there it is right there. He's going to bring them up. He is going to take out the Reinhardt of the opposing team. They immediately demech the opposing team's Diva. And are pushing in here. So good job by the Hanover Hydra. But wow, 1, 2, 3, 4 eliminations. That's going to require them to fall back. Twitch is going to go down as well. But a good push. 3 minutes left on the clock. Still plenty of time. They got a couple ultimates in their repertoire here, along with that Junkrat tire, which we know how devastating that can be. I wonder if that's going to come out now. They do have that Reinhardt shield, but with the team pushing in, we'll see if they decide to use that here or not. They might try to pair that up. Here you see Genji's going to unleash his ultimate, his blade. Diva gets a couple of eliminations. The Diva from the opposing team does take out the Genji from the Hanover Hydra, but a couple of nice eliminations there by Twitch and Barebow Fraggins to keep this payload pushing. Beat unleashed by the opposing team, but nobody's really home to take advantage of that beat, so a little bit of a misclick there probably by the Canada Hydra. May unleashes her ultimate, so they're out of ultimates, but the Hanover Hydra do have that Junkrat tire. Here comes that Junkrat tire right on their heads. 1, 2, 3, 4 eliminations. Huge Junkrat tire from LAX KJB. The rest of the team's going to come in, concentrate that Diva. We'll see if they can get back quick enough. I don't know if they will. It looks like the Hanover Hydra are going to secure all 3 points on this Route 66 map. Great job. Great use of that tire, LAX KJB. That has to be the play of the game, depending on how this thing finishes out. But really, really nicely well done. Great ult economy by our Hanover Hydra. All right, so let's head all the way back to win this first round of the playoffs. All the Hanover Hydra have to do is keep the opposing team from getting 3 points. So let's see if they're able to do that. We did work extensively on this map in practice this week. Let's see if they're able to hold this corner. A lot of teams don't necessarily try to play the high ground to get the long-range picks here. A lot of times you just play the corner, play the low ground. Make them kind of get the payload past that point. And then you can use that payload as natural cover in defending against the push. So it looks like from the Hydra, going to be running the same comp they've run the whole game. Looks like from the Canada Hydra, they're going to be adding a Sombra to the mix. As well as a Widowmaker. So interesting comp. They're running a Winston too, so adding a little bit of dive component to their push here. So let's see how this shakes out. That's an interesting comp that they're running. So look, you can see the Hanover Hydra's pushed up far. They're just trying to get eyes on what they're dealing with. And they're going to back off here, play more the corner, hopefully. They're pushed up a little bit further than we practiced, but probably just trying to get a couple early picks. You got to be careful with that Widowmaker, though, that they don't make you pay for kind of showing a little bit too much of yourself. Junk does manage to take out that Sombra from the Canada Hydra, so nice early elimination there. Junk takes out the Winston as well, so again, holding this low ground corner really well. Good deflex there by Dark Dragoon, playing that Genji. Junk gets a Widowmaker too. Junk's on a roll, LAX tearing things up. He finished that last push, and he's doing a great job on defense here. Mercy brings their Widow right near the spawn point with a res. We'll see if that pays off for them. You can see they're trying to get the Sombra in behind here, which they do. They do manage to get that Sombra in behind. That's a good way to try to eliminate a chokehold. But she's all alone back there. Widowmaker does manage to take out the Barebow Fraggins, Lucio. So they're starting to work their way towards the payload. Diva taking on the Ana back here. Twitch up here, playing nice defense. They're playing that Winston character again, still trying to hold this low ground. Done a really good job with it. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left on the clock. Want to make sure they don't lose focus on the payload. It's easy. Good job by Twitch to take out the Winston of the opposing team. Twitch takes out the Mercy too, so that without that main support, you have to imagine that they're going to kind of reconsolidate and retry their push here. Junk takes out that Widowmaker from afar. So he's been to really concentrate on that back line and doing a good job keeping this Hydra team from Canada from making a full team push. Barebow Fraggins gets back there, punishing that Mercy, punishing that back line. You can see Winston's diving in, trying to make some ground. Junkrat, 2 nice eliminations along with Barebow Fraggins to take out Sombra, the Ana, and the team's going to retreat again. 1 minute, 35 seconds left on the clock. Really good defense here by our Hanover Hydra, looking stout. They do have some ultimates as well, so we'll see if they pull these out in the last 1 minute and 22 seconds. You can see Sombra's back there again. Sombra's really sneaky, gets behind the lines, draws their focus. They do manage to get a good boop on her. Good job by Barebow Fraggins, knock her off the cliff. 1 minute, 7 seconds left. Might be a good time to use an ultimate to just try to kind of throw them from getting a full force at you. If they hold them for the next 56 seconds before getting to that first door, then they will have won the match and won the first round of the playoffs. They did bring in a Farah. That's something that they had trouble dealing with last time. Winston gets in there, but Sigma, played by Twitch, gets a nice ultimate. 1-2 eliminations, 3 eliminations. Junkrat Tire gets in, takes out Soldier 76. That's going to send majority of them back to spawn, and just 29 seconds left on the clock. They also have Blade. They have Nano Blade, which looks like they might be trying to set that up right here. Let's see if they set up Nano Blade to kind of hold up this last push from the opposing team. I see Mercy's unleashing her ultimate, flying around and healing. Junk gets a nice elimination on Tracer. They did yet another comp change. Here comes Nano Blade. See if he can get something. Gets 1-2 eliminations with the Nano Blade. They get a res. We are in overtime. They just got to clear them off and away from the payload. And then this match will be over, but they're pushing in here strong. Probably their strongest push to date. They do manage to demech that Diva. Let's see if they can clear them off the payload here. A couple nice eliminations. Barebow Fragments. Here comes a Diva Bomb. 1-2 eliminations. Takes out the Farah and the Tracer. They just got to clear Monkey off here. No sooner than that, Lucio is back on the point. Clear him off. Then they got Tracer. There comes a Junkrat Tire, and that's going to do it. Our Hanover Hydra are going to beat the Canada Hydra 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs. So great job to our Hanover Hydra. Good game over to our friends in Canada. A lot of fun to watch that match. This is that four tire elimination here that allowed him push to the third point. LAX KJB gets that tire out. 1, 2, 3, 4 eliminations. He's going to follow it up with another elimination with the help of Barebow Fragments. That's going to let him push the payload in there, secure the point, and ultimately win the day. So great game to Hanover Hydra here. Let's go ahead and credit them with their second point and their victory on the week. Again, thanks for the match, Canada Hydra. And come right back at the top of the hour. We're going to be playing the Madison Marvels, our Hanover Heroes, in the first round of their playoffs. So we'll keep this winning streak going. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at 5. Take care.